Okay, so how do you overcome the evil within? There's two wings to this bird. There's awareness, which will include, for me, silence, facing yourself through silence, mindfulness, meditation, etc. But I'm going to make this video first because it's more practical, I think, and more people would do it. And that is high vibration. Now, high vibration will include love, compassion, appreciation. I guess we should throw in forgiveness, because that makes for a high vibe and lets you let go of the past that's holding you down in a vibrational way. And joy. Now, let's start with love. So that's what Hindu bhakti is all about. Bhakti is devotion. So when you show devotion to, for instance, Jesus or Mary or God, and you actively work on that or take time to show devotion, it could just be in your thoughts while you're walking to work. Or it could be songs, it could be mantra. And the more you do it, the more you're changing your brain. All of this high vibrational stuff is real, okay? It's proven through science. It changes you. It changes your brain. It changes your body. You go into the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. So it's going to help you even digest your food better. This stuff is real. The hippies were right. Even hugging trees is the same thing. So yeah, okay, so without going off on tangents too much, okay, love. Show love to anything and everything. To your kids. But actively do it. So the more you're doing it, you're reprogramming your brain and your body, your state. Now, secondly, everyone understands that. Compassion. Think about others. And it's not about, okay, like the news, people think they have compassion when they're like, oh my God, so many people died. Like, yeah, but that's also a low vibe. Sadness, guilt that you're not a person in that country that's suffering, shame that you're not, you have a good life and you feel guilty, I guess it would be. These are low vibes. Of course, fear. So, love, focus on the love. Like when you see someone suffering, just think, don't feel guilty. Don't be afraid that, maybe you'll be there one day, and don't feel sad. Now, okay, sure, sadness is part of compassion, but we have enough of that. We have enough sadness and low vibes. So we need to retrain our brains to focus on the high vibe side of things. So when you see them, just think, oh, like that sucks, like say a little prayer for them. Do a little mantra for them for their life to improve, and dedicate it to all people suffering in that moment. When you're walking, you can dedicate your walking to all people that can't walk. These are so simple and easy to do, and they'll reprogram your brain, and you will suffer less, and you will become a better person. Like, okay, for instance, with the other video, I talk about awareness. But if you have great awareness, you're a great meditator, you have great mindfulness, but you're a pretentious douchebag that's like this, like pretentious yogi, what's the point of that? It's defeating the main purpose, which is raise your vibration. You're not really in a higher state if your vibration is low, because pride, arrogance, that's a low vibe, and pride is just the other side of insecurity. Okay? If if you don't become a better person, if you don't become a more loving person through your religious practices or yogic practices, then you're missing the mark. The whole point of it is to become a better person, which will give you the benefits that you want. Okay? You know, spiritual abilities, peace of mind, etc. Feeling connected to the whole as opposed to stuck in your ego, okay? Which means self-identity. Appreciation. This is a good one that everyone's kind of hip to, right? Wake up and just think of 5 things you appreciate. Or end the day that way. Journal, whatever, okay? These things, again, will change your brain and your body, okay? Joy. Now, this one can get sticky as well because we already know that we focus on pleasure, okay? But what's joy? Joy to me is, at least to me, it differentiates the fact that joy is something you just have. Because in fact, when I start, and this is another sign, okay? So my next video will be on awareness. But when you improve your awareness or you improve your meditation, a sign of that is that you will start to naturally become more joyful if you're doing it right. That's a sign. So if a sign of your spiritual realization is that you're becoming a better person, a more loving person, a more joyful person. And again, joy just existing. You know, like I'll find myself way more than I used to, laughing over just silly things. You know, a little thing that happens and I'll laugh and you're lighter. You're a lighter person. You are just in a better mood, you know, just in general for no reason. It's just your default. Your baseline gets more high vibe. And yeah, I will say I do other things, like I do 9 purification breath that really helps me. It's clearing your lung or your chi. It clears your prana, chi, lung, however you want to call it. The 3 different names for it. And the great thing about me is that I feel the difference. Because I know when you get biofeedback, you know the benefits, and so you do it, you keep doing it. It literally makes me feel like cleaner, my thoughts are more peaceful, I'm not tired. In fact, sometimes I'll be in an agitated mood. It's very rare for me, and you know, I guess this sounds a little like I'm bragging, but just to make the point here, I'm very rarely in an agitated state. And then when I am agitated, it's usually because I'm taking in that energy from someone else. And then so sometimes I'll forget, like, oh, like I need to clear, and this, because sometimes I'll think, oh, I'm just agitated, but then I'll realize, oh no, it was after I talked to this person, or I thought of a person, and then I became agitated because I connected to them. And then so I'll go, oh, okay, I better do 9 purification breaths, so I'll do it. You know, I can show people how to do that if they want, but anyway, you got to figure out what works for you. Even taking a shower or something could clear your energy, you know. So I think that's it, right? So there you go. You think of how many negative thoughts we've had throughout our life. Like, think of how many minutes you've had negative thoughts or negative feelings in your life. And well, try to combat that, counteract that by focusing on having positive thoughts, good feelings, high vibe feelings and thoughts to counteract that, right? I mean, most of us have spent countless hours having negative thoughts, you know, hating on others, judging ourselves, feeling bad in general. So you're going to have to put in the time. That's my point, to make a difference. All right, peace.